And now for part 3 and the conclusion of our Ogre Mawtribes episode. Enjoy.
Now, are we ready to talk about the new toys, the hippos?
Let's do it. Let's do it, baby.
All right. So, our next segment here is just talking about the new stuff. Let's start off with just some of our basic foot heroes here, or foot units here. Hunters with saber fangs. These are the ones that go with the blood pelt hunter in aesthetic and what they're going to be doing. They are part of the shooting of ogres, which, we do have shooting here. It's not what people mostly think about when they're playing ogres, but hunters with saber fangs, they have 3 guys with their crossbows, and then they have 2 dogs, saber fangs with them. And we don't know if they can be reinforced yet or not. It's not set. Oh, it does not have a champion. Yeah. But they have 3 shots, 4/3, rend 1, 2 damage apiece, anti-monster, which, if you're with the blood pelt hunter, that becomes a 3/3, rend 1, 2 damage apiece, right? And that's kind of the combo there. But through the frost, remove this unit in the deployment phase from the battlefield and set it up again wholly within 3 inches of a terrain feature and more than 9 inches from all enemy units. Can't use a move ability in the first turn of the first battle round. So basically, these guys just have a scout ability to go anywhere on the board. And then we have the ferocious saber fangs. Pick an enemy unit in combat with this unit, and that charge this turn to be the target. Roll 2 dice for each saber fang in this unit. For each 3-up, inflict 1 mortal damage on the target. These models look fantastic. If you are going for a shooting heavy ogres, you're probably bringing these along. They're Beast Claw, so if you're running the AOR for Beast Claw, that's great. I just don't see this one going to be seeing a lot of play. They're really cool models, but they're, middling to me overall. But maybe anti-monster, we might be seeing that monster meta, and these guys just go shoot up a whole bunch of monsters down.
Dude, I actually kind of like this unit. And
yeah,
I do. I just want to see a points cost, see if they're actually worth it. Because I do think having the ability to teleport and be anti-monster, anti-cav, and just kind of be a thorn in the side on a corner of the battlefield or somewhere on the battlefield,
yeah,
that's super important in this BBQ edition of the game. So like this little unit right here can actually probably score some BTs.
Oh yeah.
The way you want them to. So not the most meta unit, but if you use them right, I do think they're going to be a good unit or a point scoring unit.
And just as a heads up, it is 5 models in the unit. So this is 5 times 4, 20 health. Like, this is not just a flimsy, I'll shoot that off the board real quick and take care of it. It is and I'm reading this again. It is the Saber Fang cannot be the unit's champion. That's what that was saying. They do have a champion.
Yeah, it just depends how many points this unit is, man. Like,
yeah,
if it's cheap, yes. If it's expensive, no.
I think that if this is 150 points, 180, somewhere in that ballpark, then if you're playing intelligently and you're like, I'm going to go chuck this over here and just be annoying, this is the type of map that this can be really utilized on in playing KG, and I think that's where it could see play. It just matters, do you have 150 to 180 points left after you build your list?
Big. Very big, very important.
Okay, and then Gentry, why don't you take cleavers here?
Oh, yay. I love units. All right, the cleavers. 6-inch move, 8 health, 5+ save, 3+ control. butcher's tools, 4 attacks, 4s, 2s, 2 rend, 3 damage, typical ogre stuff.
1 over from that. Gentry.
I'm looking.
Cleaver's
Okay.
not butcher.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right. Cleavers. Cleavers are 6-inch move, 4 health, not 8. 5+ save, 2 control. 4s, 2s, 2s, 2, 3 rend. Arcane appetite is their ability. So effect: if a friendly or enemy wizard or priest within 6 inches of this unit roll a dice on 3+, pick one of the following effects to apply to the rest of the turn. 1. This unit's melee weapons have crit 2s hits, or this unit's melee weapons already, if they already have crit 2s, they have crit mortals. So is that stacking?
It is not. You cannot stack it, but it goes from crit 2 hits to crit mortal because eat them is you can get crit 2 hits there.
I see.
And so that's how you can get crit mortals. I love this. It's a 3-man squad. So it is, 12 plus 1, 13 attacks, right? Base. And I'm assuming they will be reinforceable. It's just the fact that wizard or priest and getting to the back line might be a little bit difficult. But if you take a Frost Lord on Stonehorn and say, all right, buddies, come on with me, and you deep strike on the backside, you can probably peg the wizard or priest and be like, I pin him down, and you're now smashed between the 2 walls of ogres on the front side, ogres on the backside, and it's gonna hurt being getting destroyed. So
Yeah. I think cleavers are great because there are armies though that almost all of their like heroes or all of their like a lot of their kind of heavy hitters are wizards. Like I think of all of like Soulblight, like all of their vampire lords are wizards. Flesh Eaters has entirely that. Like there's a lot of move. I feel like these guys are great. Big vibes.
And we've talked about this in the past. They have been pushing anti-wizard and priest units
like nobody's
into this
business.
game. Yeah, the new Blight Kings, right, are anti-wizard, right, anti-priest. And so, and I just feel like every single time a book is released, it's like, hey, here's your anti-wizard, anti-priest unit, go use it. And then you don't see it on the board as much as I feel like they want to see it.
Again, curious to see if we're signposting to what 5th edition looks like.
Absolutely. All right, Josh, take Gutseers.
Oh, I love Gutseers. I love the name of Gutseers. Gutseers. These are our cloaked boys. These are what I looked like in middle school. Edgelord. 4 health, 6-inch move, 5 up saves, 6 up ward. We got 3 attacks each with the Gutseers tools, 4s, 2s, 2 rend, 3 damage. So 1 fewer than the cleavers. We are Arcane Contortions as a passive here. Subtract 1 from casting rolls and chanting rolls for visible enemy units while they're within 12 inches of this unit. So they are anti-wizard, priest tech yet again. Add 1 for casting rolls for friendly Mossseeker wizards. So sick. You can get +1 to cast really easily. It feels like you probably have a set of these guys that you hang out with them. And then once per turn, any hero phase, measure the range and visibility of that spell used by a friendly Ogre Mawtribes wizard that's wholly within 12 inches of this and visible to this unit from this unit instead. We've got Slan casting through Skinks in Ogre Mawtribes.
Yeah, we do.
Before Grand Theft Auto 6. I know I made the joke earlier, but whoever is cooking the Seraphon Battletome, please.
You want to look more like an ogre?
I want it. Because that's spicy. We love that.
Yeah, it is. I'd give a +1
great.
to hit on the other side of the board. Let's go.
Yeah, like you're effectively just being like, because Yeah, that's insane. This is an insane. I mean, we love it. This is good. It is, once per turn, so you're not going to get that off of multiples. But I do think they're good enough that you include like at least a 3,
Oh yeah,
like a little 3 block, just to
yeah,
have them be like, anyways, it's my butcher and his hype squad.
yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Yes, I without a doubt. And also, it's just you have we're gonna get to Red the Maw, but that's also a wizard too there. So getting a +1 to cast there, and they still hit in combat. It's
yeah,
still
they're not
13
bad.
attacks, 4-2 Ren 2-3 damage. Oh my goodness, that's such a bad attack profile. No, it's
That you can
great.
that you can give crit 2 hits to. Like that's the other
Yes,
side of it.
exactly. And
And
so
then
suddenly you got 12 health, right? In a
yeah,
3-man squad. It's like, oh yeah. Anyways, I think I think that this one specifically, but it's going to be an auto include if you're going for the wizard route, right?
yeah,
Just you have to do that because a +1 to cast is a game changer. Who knew? With that ability.
yes.
We oh yeah, this is the one these models, both the Gutseers and the Cleavers, they're probably just alt builds.
Almost
These are
certainly.
the models that I have heard the most people talk about that they're like, I just like the way that they look. They just look more ogre-y. That, I know that definition is hard to define, but they're like, yeah, this is just like, let's go. They have the bloody fists and stuff, and there's the lore side of it. The ones that, oh my goodness, I can't remember it. It's like the bloodthirsters or something. Not bloodthirsters, that's corn. But there's the guys that are out in the field and they're just like drinking blood, and it's like, oh yeah, that's an ogre thing.
Oh right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, which is where my ogres, that my first paint jobs of it, that was the lore that I used. And I called them my, they got a little smush on their face, they're little toddler. They can't keep all the face in their mouth, so it's just all dripping out. We have the Maul Beasts now. These are the replacements for the Mornfang. So there are two versions of the Maul Beast, and one is going to cause a lot of headaches for you. And the other one is it's good. It's good. It's just not as good. So let's start off with the one with the Maul Beast Raiders here. This is a 4-up save. This is one of the big differences. The other one's a 3-up save. The Maw Beast Raiders is a 4-up save, and they have little birdies that they can shoot and crossbows. That's fun. We like that, right? And it's going to be 4-3 rend 1, 2 damage, three shots each. And these are 2-man squads, like the Mornfang were. But the main thing outside of that is that if they're more than 9 inches away, you can move d6 inches, and then it cannot move into combat during that time. But you can move d6 inches, and you can also do a redeploy with them.
Yeah.
In my understanding of that, okay, I was right, which means you can move 2d6 inches on your opponent's turn, which is a really solid way to edge a screen. So someone deep strikes on the edge, you just kind of like, hey, anyways, I'm going to move d6 inches. Oh, I didn't get a full 12 inches away. Let me just move a little bit more.
Yeah.
And suddenly their deep strike is completely shot. Um, so that's where I think that it's good. I like it, but then we have their buddies that are in the Gutbuster squad. And these ones are the Maul Beast Cavalry, which are on a 3-up save, 7 health. So the other ones are also on 7 health, 4-up save. But the Maul Beast Cavalry are on 14 health on a 3-up save. That's just crazy to have, first off. It's just such a change in the tone of the army. But they don't have any shooting. However, enemies units do not count as having charge while they are in combat with
Get
this
out of here.
unit.
That is so ridiculous.
Dude, that's sick.
That is gross.
Let's just have a phenomenal time. Mornfang Pack used to have like the +1 charge damage, doesn't affect them. Alpha
Yes.
Cavalry. This is so good. This shuts down my my city's cavalry, right? It's like, I can charge even though I'm in combat. Haha, I'm having fun. No, whatever. You don't get your extra damage. And they just don't get the pile-in ability. They can't use power through. Okay? Let's just talk about that. They can't use power through. They can't use any rampage that requires a charge.
Yep.
Yeah. You start like panicking. You start going through all the units that you're thinking about. Yeah. It's suddenly this like, oh my goodness, this is, and it's just a passive. It's not any 3-up or anything.
Yep.
I think this is one of those units that is going to define the game being changed.
Yeah, but it's got to be super expensive, and if it's not, then that's just wrong.
I think where okay, let's we haven't really played this game
Josh,
yet.
What were you gonna say?
What would you price it? Two guys here.
So my thoughts on this, and then I will talk about pricing. So I think the Mawtribes Cavalry, the melee version, because really it's melee versus shooting, which is very interesting. In my opinion, very interesting in my opinion. I just want the record to show these guys. I'm thinking, what does a Stormdrake Guard cost?
Sorry, can we please?
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Let's just make sure shock and gore on a 3-up, -1 from wounds to targets,
which is also good. That's great.
Which is also so good. I am so excited.
So Stormdrake Guard is at least 300 something for 2 Stormdrake Guard.
We're looking. It's 310.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gotta be at least that.
They've got Stormdrake Guard have 2 more health and then 2 more inches.
And
I don't know. I'm thinking this is probably a 320.
Oh, I think that's going to be a little pricey for it. I think it's going to be right at
290.
290. Okay. I think that
for 2 of these guys.
2.
The reason that I go 320 is that Ravenous counterattack.
Oh, it's so good.
That's such a not game breaking mechanic, but it is such a powerful mechanic.
Dude,
yes.
That like
you can mess somebody's stuff up with that one.
Yes.
You can countercharge into someone and be like, "Hey, anyways, sorry, you just got nerfed." Yeah.
Right, because it turns off having charged. That's what it does.
Yeah.
It turns it off. And so it's like anything that's like, oh, I have strike first if I charge. Well, you didn't charge, so you don't have strike first. This is going to this unit is going to like genuinely nettle so many builds.
Yes.
Like this is an auto include.
I can see that.
I would maybe also argue that if you're playing a more Beast Claw list, that the the Maw Beast Raiders are also an auto include. Just because you're moving, you can move D6 and then redeploy for another D6.
Yeah.
And like again, you've got, if you pair them with an Ice Pelt Hunter, you've got a decent number of shots hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, rend 1/2 damage pop. Like,
dude, a reinforced Mawtribes Cavalry unit has 28 health, 3+ save, 10-inch move, essentially 12 control, and turns off charges.
That's is like what you would look for like in a centerpiece unit.
Yeah, that's your anchor. That's your anchor. That's your anvil.
Yeah. I'm trying to see where this goes. Now, just for the sake of being goofy, I thought about this. Gallants will be like, oh, sick, I'm gonna charge them. Now I didn't charge, right? And Gallants are like a very offshoot brand of it. And then Rot Swords, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, then we're gonna love this. We didn't charge, so we
Yeah,
love
there's
our
definitely
abilities.
counterplay there.
There's
Absolutely.
because I was thinking about that. I was like, well, a bunch of these guys like being charged, is what they've been
Holy
putting
cow.
out.
Yeah.
So there's this like very specific counterplay in there. I was just like, oh, this is kind of silly. And I was like, it's silly, but I don't want to have it happen to me.
I love that.
I can't turn it off. It just happens. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a must. It's not a also I ran the numbers really fast.
Math hammer.
This is Math Hammer, sponsor us. So on a crit, if you give them crit 2 hits,
oh man.
And then you give them you get them the +1 to hit, which again, there's so much +1 to hit in this army. It's goofy.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
You're gonna do just on the gut biter weapons. You're gonna deal guys on top. Exactly. For the guys on top on a 4-up save, you're dealing 23 damage.
Reinforced unit.
Reinforced unit, yes.
Yeah.
I assume
that
you can reinforce.
Yeah.
Which again is not to, like, that's to say nothing of the Maw Beast horns, which also get charged +1 damage.
Yeah.
So you did an extra attack. If you're running them alongside a Stonehorn that has taken any damage, you did another attack. So then you're looking at 20 attacks. Give yourself, do an odd attack here for giggles to make sure that you also get the +1 to hit there. Turns out, shocking, really good.
You stole my last little piece about running this with the Stonehorn.
My bad, dog.
No, I'm so happy you saw it, because let's make sure that let's go back and check our war scroll, because the one thing that we always have to do in this game is double check, triple check, and 100 times check our war scrolls.
Absolutely.
It does not say Beast Claw in there. It says add 1 to the attacks characteristics of companion weapons used by other friendly ogre Mawtribes. That's everyone. And this is a Gutbuster unit. I think I said that. But so that way, that's so good. And then even on the beast, the Maul, oh my goodness, Maul Beast Raiders, the Maul Beast is good. I just think this Maul Beast Cavalry is just so good.
I also ran the numbers on that one. That one's crazy. That one goes hard. If you have them next to a Stonehorn, again, on a 4-up save, you're going to deal 22 damage. So on a charge to a 4-up save unit, if you're next to a Stonehorn, you're dealing 45 damage. Even if you're not next to the Stonehorn, let's just look at it there. You're still dealing 41 damage.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
You're going, like, that's insane. That's Looney Tunes. And you're turning off you're turning off charges. Like, that's peak spice. This is a good unit.
I can't wait for this to come out at like 2:30.
Dude, we're gonna see Ogre win rates in the high 60s if this comes out undercosted. Because there's just so much tech in this army, bro. Because it's wild. This is a wild. You go to the Tyrant on Bloodhorn, and I know that I'm pushing us here.
You're 1-2 steps ahead, yeah.
So I'll pause.
It's so good. So let's go to what's next on the list here. Gentry, we are going to talk about Grell Firefist.
Yeah, the Firefist? Absolutely.
Grell Firefist. Now, just a quick note about this. Grell is a lady ogre. So we have 2 lady ogres that we are going to be talking about here. The first one on the list is Grell.
I love them both. I just want the record to show. I am a huge fan.
They did such a good job.
But I just want to make the point of including as a plus size man, including plus size people, and it not being like kind of a joke. Like ogres are a little bit of a joke, but it not being like haha fat people. Big vibes. Love this a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it was that's good. I think Grell is it's a cool model. She's got a cannon that she's just hauling around, and which is a nod to lead belchers. But they did a great job with all of the releases in this book. So, Gentry, take it away.
All right, Grell has some good offensive output. At 12 inches, she can shoot you with D3 plus 2 attacks. That means either 3 to 5 attacks per turn, force 2s, 2 and 2 damage. In combat, it's typical ogre stuff. With she has crit mortals, attacks 4. She hits on force 2s, 2 and 2 damage. Okay, so let's see what she does. She has a lot of text on her card. In any shooting phase, she has the ogre-made ammunition. Pick a visible enemy unit within 6 inches of this unit to be the target. That's really close. For the rest of the phase, all of this unit's shooting attacks must target that enemy unit. And the attacks characteristic of this unit's blast tech is D6 plus 2 instead of D3 plus 2. So she can increase her attack number
3 to 8.
Yes.
I wish that was instead
a solid number.
4 plus D3.
Yeah. The D6 is, it's too random sometimes. It's fine. All right. So your shooting phase, Thunderous Diversion. Pick a friendly Ogre Mawtribes unit that is in combat with an enemy unit that had any damage inflicted on it this turn by this unit's shooting attack. Effect. The target can immediately use a retreat ability as if it were your movement phase. It can still use charge abilities later in the turn. No mortal damage is inflicted on the target by that retreat ability. Not too bad. Not too bad.
It gives the tech of retreat and charge.
Retreat and charge is always good. It's always good.
Yeah.
It's always good.
12 inches.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
And then finally, once per turn for your army, reaction. Opponent declared a command for a visible enemy unit within 6 inches of this unit. So this model's got to be within the maelstrom of the nonsense that's going on. So you want this unit to just be up in the business of everybody. So effect. You must allocate D3 damage points to another visible friendly Ogre Mawtribes units with 3 inches of this unit. So you got to be closer to another unit as well. Ward rolls cannot be made for those damage points. Then that command has no effect and still counts as having being used. But the command points spent to use it are regained by your opponent. I don't like that at all.
Okay. It's a little hot take. I kind of like it. Because it can stop an all-out defense. There's a very specific place.
But you don't lose a command point. But you don't lose a command.
They don't lose a command point. They're holding on to it already. It's a guarantee, though. No 3-up, no spell, nothing. It just says, hey, I'm in combat with you. I do D3 to my own guys real quick. A little slap on, a slap on the butt and say, okay, go get them. And then they don't get all-out defense. That's why I like it.
Yeah, I just don't know if the combo of this figure is that great. So I like the abilities that it has. I just don't know if it's these abilities on just this one figure is the best combination.
Yeah, it's a very different group of it because retreat and charge, that's always good. But usually we are in combat. How often are we retreating? I probably want to retreat and charge back into combat with my my monster trucks. That's where I see this.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that you can do here is she's got basically a tyrant profile.
Yes.
She's got a tyrant profile with shooting. So stick her with some iron guts to give her a 5-up ward. She's got 8 health, 4-up, 5-up, and then let her be, pretty much smack dab at the front. And the bright side to that is, she's gonna do some shooting. She's gonna do some fighting. I personally really love the fact that it's a guaranteed you don't get that command.
It can swing a whole combat.
And like, yes, you get that. Like think about this for a split second though. Like, and sorry that I'm belaboring this, but I think that there's actually more tech to this than we think, because this is, you can really say, yeah, okay, I want to make sure that you don't get an all defense here. I want to make sure that you don't get this redeploy.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you don't get whatever you think is so clutch. And sure, you get that command point back. That's fine. But like, if you've been sitting on a command point and you go, I'm going to use this for all defense. No, you're not. And then you end your turn with an extra command point looking like a silly person. I can
Counter
understand it.
charge.
No, none.
Counter
Not
charge.
allowed.
You can say that. Nope. Or reroll charge. Oh my goodness! You roll the 4.
Power through.
I mean, you need a 3, and you roll the double ones. That is, and then you say, no, you can't use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly that swings.
Well, if you're playing an army that's bigger than you, right? If they want to use power through, you say no.
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 Yeah.
There's layers to it, and I also just think like the fact that it's D3 damage. You take the what is it? The Fanatics one, the heal D3 every turn.
Oh, great combo.
That's for free. You have a free no thank you. On top of it, potentially, there's another way in here that you just get the Mantle of Entrails, right? You've got shutdown commands, a shocking amount in this army. Like, honestly, maybe the most in any faction. I don't know very many factions that give you multiple no commands. That's crazy.
And suddenly you're shutting down a key component of the game. The game designers plan on you using all out attack.
Yes.
They plan on you using all out defense. And if you say no,
not today.
you're removing that. So, all right, Josh, take away the Tyrant on Gluthorn.
Morga, I love her. Again,
no, not Morga, not Morga.
Oh, Tyrant.
The alt build. You
took mom from me. You took mom from me.
Do you want to do Morga?
No, I'll do Tyrant.
No. Here's the thing. Tyrant on Gluthorn is like one of my favorites.
You want to? Okay.
Yeah, I'll take him. Morga's next. Okay, so if you don't know, we now have Hippo Rhinos, and this is a great model. And this is a insanely powerful model, just to make sure both of these ones that we're about to talk about. So this is the alt build to the hero. So the not unique one. They have the 4 attacks, 4/2, Ren 2, 3 damage, crit mortals built in, which is great to see. Just as a note, that means that we don't have to worry about getting crit 2 hits or anything like that on them. And then Gluthorns and Hooves is the same exact as the Stonehorn. 7 attacks, 4/2, Ren 2, 3 damage, and then on charge 4 damage. Which that's gonna kill so much things. This is the one, if you've been playing cities, you get to bring the lower die up to the higher die on a charge. And that's a really good ability. And I've just have felt that impact so much recently. Now the Tyrant on Gluthorn is you declare a charge ability for an Ogre Mawtribe unit wholly within 12 inches of this unit. Notice how it's not just for this guy. You can put this on someone else. Reroll 1 dice in your charge roll, in that charge roll. Now, if you happen to fail a 5-inch charge, you can be like, I'm not going to burn my command point. Just re-roll the lower of these 2, and hopefully we get that 5-inch charge off. That is so crucial and time-saving in the game to me. Followed up by Gluthorn Stampede, once per turn, any combat phase. If this unit charged this turn, Pick an enemy unit in combat with it to be the target. Roll a dice. Add 1 to the roll. If that target is infantry, on a 4-up, that unit has strike last for the rest of the turn. The threat of handing strike last out is it's pretty brutal. And I think that if you can infantry, you hand that out on a 3-up. This is a very mean guy out here. I think he's probably going to be pointed somewhere in like the 360 400 range, because he's moving at 10 inches, 16 health, 3-up save, can just absolutely rock whatever he runs into for a lot of damage. And he can also get +1 to attacks if he's near a Frostlord and Stonehorn. I think this is a great model, and also you can put enhancements on him. So,
and
what do you guys think about that?
The ability to initiate a 50% chance strike last on the charge is just so good.
That's huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Now we have Morga.
Now I get to
Josh,
talk
you
about
can take
Mom.
it away. Yeah.
Hooray! I love talking about Mom. So hi, Morga the Mighty over Tyrant. She got 16 health, 10-inch move, 3-up save. She got the Meat Fist Masha. It's basically the Tyrant's meat cleavers, but you get 4 attacks, 3s to hit, 2s to wound, 2 rend, 3 damage, crit mortals, peak spice. She's got a named Gluthorn named Grutta, horn and hooves, 8 attacks, 4s, 2s, 2 rend, 3 damage again, +1 damage, right? So great, cool. So she's an ogre's ogre, okay? More than one effect of the Eat 'em Alive ability can apply to this unit at the same time, okay? However, each effect can only be used once, which is pretty cool. So you could have -1 rend and whatever else the new hotness there is, right? Can run and charge, sick, big vibes. Does she want to go kill a wizard? -1 to ward saves, or like something fancy. Very spice. We like it. Okay. The number of attacks goes down when she's got 10 or more damage. That's fine. A light snack. Morga can pick an enemy unit in combat with it once per turn, any combat phase. So it's every combat phase. Roll a dice. If it exceeds the health characteristic, one model is just dead. So it's like sick, bro. Very cool. Love this journey for you. Get dunked on. Right motivation. This is any combat phase. She's gonna pick a friendly Ogre Mawtribes infantry wholly within 12 inches. For the rest of the turn, the following effects apply when it has had no damage allocated to it this phase. Each time an unmodified hit roll for a combat attack that targets it is a 1. Inflict 1 mortal damage back to the unit. You're gonna run at me, at my Iron Guts, with 40 ghouls who are gonna do 120 attacks. Mortal yourself. We love that. Or, if it has had damage allocated to it this phase, add 1 to the attack characteristics. We are getting attacks back. We're gonna take some extra attacks here. We love that. By the way, that happens any combat phase.
Quick note.
Yes.
It's a command point.
Oh, it is. I didn't see it up there.
Yep.
But that's a good use of a command point in my mind.
Yeah, and now it's the person that uses the command point is the infantry unit, right? So you can't give them all out defense and that. Or is it Morga that uses the command point? I was thinking about this, and I never got.
Morga who uses the command point because she is.
I was wondering.
Yes.
I was like, I think that's the right, but I couldn't. I was, going back and forth.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. So then you can give them this, and then give them an all-out defense to that infantry unit, and suddenly that combo is spicy.
Yes. So then we finally have been there, ate that. Pick one of the following effects at the end of any turn, which means it's the end of every turn. If any enemy non-monster models were slain by this unit's combat attacks this turn, heal D3 damage. If any damage points were allocated to an enemy monster this turn by this unit's combat attacks, and that that enemy monster has been destroyed, heal D3+3. So, like, real talk, you're gonna heal 2d3 pretty much all the time with Morga. If you take the right sub faction, you're gonna be healing 2d3 at the end of every turn. Vampires everywhere will rue the day they pair into you because you will out heal them.
Then do you see the fact that it's going to be 2d3+3, right?
Well,
Eat them, right?
oh,
Eat them. Heal
yes.
D3 at the end of every turn, right?
Yes. So
And
it's
so now I kill something, and let's say it's a monster. I'm healing 2d3+3.
3+3. Yes, that's great. We love that.
That is a full. If you just happenstance to roll, a 6 and a 5, that's 9 health back.
It's insane.
That is so disgustingly good.
So,
And then if you're playing Magakin, you can heal the D3 and then heal the D3+3.
So if you're playing the monster trucks, like this is a go-to for a heal monster trucks list. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, like,
yeah.
ogres also don't have their own manifestations, so bring Primal for Emerald Life Swarm.
Yep. And more heals.
Heal 2d3 +3 in the movement phase.
Stop.
Just do it.
And with the rage dice,
negate damage.
then you get a 3+ ward essentially if you put your characters right. Yeah.
Everybody, every Magakin player suddenly going, why does ogres do what I do, but better? I don't understand. I'm mad.
All right.
This is gross.
So
I love it.
We finally got Red the Maw. Is that we're gonna wind it up on Red the Maw?
Yeah. Yes.
Hubble,
yes.
Take us over on Red the Maw.
Okay, so Red the Maw. 18 health, 4-up save, 6-inch move. This is the guy that has a Gorger, an Iron Gut, and what I think is a Gut Seer with him. And he's got the big Maw pot. He took the terrain feature home and stole it from the set. And is the high Slaughtermaster, which we no longer have the base Slaughtermaster here. So he has his ladle, which is 5 attacks, 4-2, Ren 2, 3 damage. And then the guys at the bottom, which is 8 attacks, 4-2, Ren 2, 2 damage apiece. And while units are wholly within 12 inches of this unit, friendly non-Maw Seekers, Ogre Mawtribes infantry units have a ward 6-up. Friendly Maw Seekers have a 5-up ward. I have wards now. This guy's not going to be a small base, first off. He has literally 3 other guys surrounding him while he's sitting on top of a giant.
Yeah, do you think this is a 130 or a 160?
A dude that gives out wards.
I'm gonna say 130. I don't know, man. If it's a 160,
I'm gonna say he's in the twos. He's in the twos.
You think that he's a 200mm base?
Oh no, I meant point wides.
No! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Not he's 120 points.
I was thinking points. I was thinking points
larger than Archaons.
No.
No, that's great. That's great. That'd be incredible. I love that.
I think that we are looking somewhere in the 100+ for certain. That's a guaranteed.
For points, right?
No, base size.
No, base size. That's
100.
Point wise, he's probably going to come out around 460, 480.
I think that he could possibly be almost 500 because this is my favorite one. But this is the hard part. Is like, if he is 500, do you take him? Right? It's always about points. But here's the thing that I love: from the depths of the cauldron, 1 command point, pick a friendly non-hero Ogre Mawtribes unit wholly within 12 to be the target. The target can immediately use the Eat 'em Alive ability as if it was the end of turn and it were eligible to do so. I can start handing out my army ability from the get-go. Here's a run and charge. Have fun. Have fun, kids. Here's run and charge.
Absolutely.
For a command point. Have run and charge. Have fun. And then I'm like, oh, they misplayed their movement or deployment, and suddenly their most valuable unit's right in the front. I'm gonna go send. I could send Morga in. No, non-hero. But I can send a Huskard in on Stonehorn. That's still gonna do a lot of damage. There's just so much in here that I'm very excited to be able to spend a command point effectively, because sometimes I spend command points because I feel like I don't have a plan for them all the time, right? I try to plan it out, but then I'm like, they didn't really do what I was thinking. This is like a solid ability that you can be very strong, and you just hand it out to your guys that are going to constantly get chipped away by Grell, and suddenly, oh yeah, they're healing D3 every turn. It's fine. And then the last one here is a spell, because it is a wizard too, because High Slaughtermaster. In this one is pick a visible friendly Ogre Mawtribes unit wholly within 12. Make it on a 7. If the target is not in combat, it can move up to D3 plus 3, but must end that move no further from the nearest enemy unit that is visible to it. It cannot move into combat during that move. If the target is in combat, inflict D3 moral damage on each enemy unit in combat with the target. Then heal D3 to the target. If the target is a Maw Seeker's unit, instead inflict 3 mortal damage on each enemy unit and heal 3. Okay, I can see a very, very bad situation when we talked about not having chip damage. I think red is probably, man, there's so many good units in here, but that spell mixed with the ability to hand out Eat 'em Alive, I think Eat 'em Alive is not necessarily always going to be able to happen. I wish that it would. I think that you're gonna maybe have a hard time ending in a combat if we're in the meta of just rage dice and everything dying, which is why I think Eat 'em Alive is gonna be so good for red, and also can do quite a bit of damage and has a relatively good sustain with a 4-up, 5-up with 18 health.
I think GW is going to sell a whole bunch of Moss Seekers. I think the Moss Seeker combo is quite relevant with this dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Without a doubt, the ogres are the Moss Seeker units are going to be solid.
I think this whole model is okay. Like my favorite part of the model is the guy on the side holding the entrails. I think that's a great model on the side. And then the guy carrying the cart with the dude on the top. The dude on the top's okay. He's an okay.
Oh, you don't like red, huh?
He's okay. I love the double chin. I love the big mouth. I don't know.
He looks like he's in oh my goodness, what's the desert race movie series? Oh my goodness.
Dune. You think he's Baron Harkonnen?
Mad Max.
Thank you. This is Mad Max level here.
So I think what GW did with him, it's very basic ogre-ish. Like it's basic ogre with the flesh and the bronze-ish metal. But I think there are going to be some painters out there that are going to nail this model, and also do a job of kind of touching up some things that can be fixed and modifying it to make it be a little bit better of a miniature. It's fine to me. It's kind of basic with the dude pulling the thing with the guy on the top. I really do think the guy. I really do think the guy on the side is the best part of the whole thing. With the just flip
him out.
Put
him on top.
He's holding the guts. That's so good.
There's another guy on the other side, just not pictured right now.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a third one right here.
Okay.
I do also want to take a moment and like just briefly mention the fact that if you were to choose in the Eat 'em Alive option, crits 2 hits, both profiles get crits 2 hits for red because neither of them are companions, which is great.
No.
I did the quick math. You'll deal about
Oh.
18 to 20 damage with red and his homies.
Okay.
Assuming you do like a +1 to hit, right? And there are some people who are like, but then I can upgrade it to crit mortals. Weirdly enough, you on average deal less damage with crit mortals on these guys.
Okay.
By about 2 damage.
I've thought about that. Like I was like, do I want to get crit mortals on some of these guys?
I mean,
Because
it's going to be like a game
yeah.
time decision because if you're playing into like really high save armies,
Then
maybe
you
that's
go,
worthwhile.
yeah, get
But
the crit
like,
mortals.
you know, for like other stuff like piece of cake, Baba Booey, knock him out,
Yeah.
right? Again, it's that like you mentioned, right? Like you just turn on Eat 'em Alive for a command point, assuming you take, whatever the fanatics or zealots is, then not only have you enabled them to have a buff from your battle trait, you have enabled them to get healed at the end of every turn.
Yeah.
Because again, all that subfaction needs for you to heal that has been picked to be a target of the Eat 'em Alive ability.
Yeah.
You pay a command point, they're a target of Eat 'em Alive. Bada bing, bada boom. Now you've got a buff and a heal. You're starting off the game strong. You got, run and charge. You may or may not pick up the entire unit. If you don't pick up the entire unit, sick. Eat 'em Alive again, and then swap your ability for whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what do we think this is going to be pointed at? I think that this could be pointed very, very high at the start and then drop off. I personally, I really like the model. Sorry, Gentry. I like it because I'm also going to kit bash it. Just there's so much open space that you're going to be like, oh, I can do this and this and this. I'm really excited for that.
But honestly, like you said right there, I think it's a model that needs to be kit bashed.
Yeah, I have so many bits that I'm just gonna start gluing down and like making a giant pile of armor and stuff. And yeah, I got some thoughts in my mind about it.
Yeah.
I just think from a gameplay too, though, it's gonna be very, very useful.
Yeah.
But if we're looking at
this
it,
piece is going to be used quite a bit.
oh yeah, I think what's a great unclean one cost?
Probably 480.
480.
I would predict that red comes in at 460 to 500.
Okay, great unclean one is 380.
Okay, so
Oh,
I always view it was Stormcast with Krondus. Like
Krondus? Yeah, I can see it.
Krondus is extremely overpriced. I'm sorry, everybody that hates the Stormcast out there, but Krondus he's so overpriced. He doesn't even have a ward. This guy's this Red the Maw is a 4/5. Krondus is a straight up 3. He doesn't have a ward. He has to take an extra unit to get his ward, which is ridiculous. Yeah. Like this guy's a straight up 5 ward.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. And then he gives it to all of his buddies around him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so good.
Krondus, he got a little bit of a points reduction, if I'm remembering.
Points reduction.
What's Krondus at these days?
It's like high 4s, maybe like low
480.
5s.
Oh gosh, that's rough.
It's so bad.
Yeah, 480.
Yeah, it's so bad.
I'm looking at other 2-cast wizards right now, and I may need to amend. It may not be a 5.
5.
Like I think it might be closer to like a 430 to 450 now that I'm like looking at other.
Okay, I think that's where it's worth. I think they might price it at like 460 to start.
I mean, like a Keeper of Secrets that's a 2-cast wizard is 420.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I think that we could match out there.
Wizards are overcast. They're overpriced, man. I think wizards are overpriced.
Well, when you have +1 to hit, and
it depends on your spells.
And the shin splints.
I mean, even Be'lakor is 450.
We can just stay away from Lumineth on that one.
I get out of here with your checklist, bro.
Yeah.
With love and respect, get out of here.
Uh,
I think
Oh,
he might
man.
be 450. They might throw us a curveball and hit him at like 480, but
yeah,
I think
I think
solid
that's
best
probably
450.
where it should land. Now, okay, so we have the new models. We have the
Doritos.
hunters with saber fangs, cleavers, gut seers, maul beast raiders, maul beast cavalry, grell firefist, tyrant on gluthorn, morga, and red. Which is your favorite unit from a gameplay standpoint, and then a favorite unit from an art standpoint? The one that you want to paint the most from the new range.
Okay, so I will say this, and it's my least favorite unit. It's the one that I don't think is the greatest. It's the hunters with saber fangs. I just
Do you
love.
think gameplay?
Well, maybe not gameplay, just like painting wise. Like
Oh yeah.
I love ogres with crossbows and big cat beasts with them. I think it's cool. I did my I painted up my Warhammer Underworlds. What's that guy? Rothkorn. I painted up my Rothkorn, and he was one of the coolest models I've ever been able to paint. He had the little frost terrain on him. I love those types of ogre models. I think they're cool.
Mm.
I like the hunter
I
hunter
agree.
ogres. Yeah.
I like I said, the blood pelt hunter, the original of it, one of my better painted models, and it's just because it's so well designed.
As far as best unit that I think, the gut seers, man, they're great. They're so good.
Okay, going out there and giving the +1 to cast. That's a gut series off the top of my head. We've been recording for a minute here. That's the +1 to
Yeah, it's the
cast
+1 to
and the
cast.
range conduits, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I think it's hard to say auto include on everything. You have to. You probably can't include them all. All right, Josh, what are you thinking?
Yeah. This is one of those moments where there's not really a bad worst roll in the book, which is great. We love to see that. Um, from the new models, uh, I think aesthetically speaking, I really like Morga. I think that she's super cool.
Mm.
I
Oh
think that
yeah.
she has some sweet vibes to her. The fact that she's like got her like scimitar or masher or whatever it is, and she's like got it like propped up. I think she looks super cool. I think she's very very neat.
Yeah. Cool model. Yeah.
She has a smirk. She's
Yeah, she
like,
does
I got
smirk.
this. I got
Yeah,
this.
yeah, it's great. It's incredible.
Yeah.
There are many people who win Golden Demon with her. I think.
Oh yeah.
Just because there's just like there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of space for like messing around with freehanding. On Grutta itself, the monster, the mount. Yeah, so I think that's cool. I think from a gameplay perspective, probably the most excited that I am from the new models is red. I think red brings. I say that,
Ah.
and now like I'm kind of doubling back on it with like the Mob Beast cavalry. Because Mob Beast
Yeah.
cavalry, I think if I say it like this, Mob Beast cavalry is innovative, right? It's changing game state. There's not really, I don't really think that there's a lot of other units in the game that have like, oh sick, you charged? No, you didn't. Like
That's
nothing
a good
that would
pick.
happen. Like it's just it's so dramatically different.
Yeah.
Um, and it is innovative. They do a ton of damage. Like they're a beat stick. They're always going to be a beat stick. Shocking gore is great with the subtract 1 from wound rolls. I think that's fun. Aesthetically speaking, oh my god, smile. It all started with that damn smile. Shout out to the real ones who read 13 Reasons before it was a Netflix series. 13th Reason. There it is. Maybe. Yeah. I think that this book is great. That's no shock here. I think that whoever designed the rules for it, like it feels to me like there's a clear like there was a shift in rule design philosophy over the course of fourth edition. And I don't know if that means that like there was one homie who was writing rules and then he went on like a ayahuasca trip, and then like had a life changing experience. I don't know if that was what happened.
That's what they
He
do.
decided to be
like-
happy. He
like-
decided to be happy.
I don't-
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we gotta hit him with the
Allegedly.
the alleged ayahuasca trip, right? You know, I don't know.
Gosh.
The homie finally got on SSRIs, and you know who knows, right? Like, but there's a dramatic shift, I think, in the way that rules have been written for the last couple of battle tomes, and I think that that's really exciting because also what we're seeing is that like most likely these tomes are gonna hang over in fifth edition.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna keep the rules that you have in your battle tome until you get a new battle tome in fifth edition, and like we can at some point and should have a conversation about like the kind of messed upness of like gatekeeping rules, but that's neither here nor there. But like I think that this is just indicative of some really good design. I think that like aesthetically speaking, this is great. I know there were some people who said that they felt like the design philosophy was dramatically different from old ogres to new ogres. I think that there is a degree of that, yes, but I also think there's a lot of holdover. And I think like one of the other things that I've seen is that from a lore perspective, the ogres have kind of undergone like a spiritual renewal. And so in some ways there's a reason that we have shifted away from a certain design aesthetic. We lost, you know, lead belchers, we lost man eaters, whatever else, toward a more Luddite approach. We don't really want guns here. We'll have crossbows. Crossbows are great, but black powder is bad.
We still got a cannon.
Well, you have one. You have two cannons.
Right. GW
cannons,
has
yeah.
done the complete overhaul update, and look, I've heard more positive things from people that don't play AOS, being like, "Ooh, dude, ogres look fantastic. Should I get into AOS now?" I've heard a lot of that lately.
Mm. Absolutely.
And it's an identity shift. It is right. It's always going to be an identity shift, but it's not like they completely abandoned it. It's a
Yes.
shift, not a burn it all down and build from the ground up. Do I think the thing that like what? Let's talk about the things that bother me. The Mornfang versus Maulbeast. I'm like, all right, you couldn't have figured this one out. Like it's it's the same model, like right, more or less gonna be it's a completely different model, but if it's on the same base size, it's just it's a refresh. And they gave me so many Mornfang. They shoved it in so many boxes, and I own like I don't know, I think I own 14 or 16 Mornfang. which is like 4 reinforced units. It's I could just run them all, and you know, proxies. The one thing that I am, if you are like, I just bought my ogres and I don't want to spend all this money, don't spend all this money. This is our official message to you.
Proxies, baby.
Just say it's an Iron Gut still. Hey, it's an Iron Gut still. You know, I don't think anyone is gonna break your back over the fact that that's not the new model. And it's like, yeah, it still has a two-handed weapon, and the gluttons use the gluttons. And if you want to kit bash some of those gluttons into gut seers or cleavers, do that. Just make sure that you're consistent and what you're playing with out in the field while you're on the tabletop, and that you're honest with your opponent. And if you're in our area, I don't think anyone's gonna throw a fit. Everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's a gut seer. Cool. I'm not gonna question you on that. The old tyrant model, just use the old tyrant model. There are so many out there, especially now. There's probably gonna be a whole bunch that hit on the used shelves. Just use the old timer model. It's a good looking model. I thought it looked good with the giant spear, but it's not necessarily unplayable. If you have the Mornfang and you run it as Maul Beast, I think that you're probably going to be fine on the tabletop. There's that. That's a little spiel that we always have. Is like, don't play the game. We don't want you to spend money just to spend money. Play the game. We like proxies here.
Yes. It's a case of whatever gets you on the table.
Yeah.
Use what gets you on the table.
All right, that is the end of our epic adventure of Ogre Mawtribes, and now is our favorite episode part in Shillings with Hubble. And now, Shillings with Hubble.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited for this new book of Ogres. Please tell us in the comments, message us on Facebook, Instagram about your favorite model and the rules that are going to break Age of Sigmar. We want to hear from you. Please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, and we're probably coming to A-Track here soon.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, everyone. We'll catch you rolling the Ozarks next time. Bye, y'all.